studio this morning, and you get to understand that today is actually a very big deal for us. Today is World Radio Day. When I say it's a very big deal, I mean radio has become a part of our life for the most part. Radio is doing amazing things. Today's World Radio Day, and honestly, it's a good time to pause and reflect on what radio really means, especially here at your number one urban radio station, YFM. In 2025 alone, we weren't on air for 8,760 hours. That's every single day of the year, 24 hours a day. Out of those hours, right, 6,838 were purely music. That means almost 80% of our entire broadcast time was dedicated to, playing music. No talk, no talk, no talk, no noise, not noise. Music, and when you translate that into value, it represents about 364 million Ghana cedis worth of airtime. Can you imagine that for a minute? Think about that for a hot minute. You understand what we're saying? Now, what I'm saying is this. The part that matters even more to us is out of all the music we played, 75% was 100% Ghanaian, homegrown. That means out of the music we played, 5,128 hours of Ghanaian music was aired in 2025 alone. That's about 14 hours of Ghanaian music every single day. That estimated airtime value of exposure is about 273 million Ghana cedis. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning going out to you. Today's conversation is very simple. What does this actually mean for the industry as a whole? What does it mean for the artists involved? And why does radio still matter in the streaming world? Let's talk about that this morning. I have my programs manager in the studio today. I have Eskin Amo White, aka Rev Eskin, in the studio. I have a call Kwanzi in the studio. He handles PR at GMA. Say that again? AKA. Now I want to hear your AKs. You have to tell me the AKs. You have to tell me the AKAs. Why always Echo?
AKA Echo Russian.
Echo is a Russian. Just so you know, Echo is a Russian. Hey, yo, good morning.
Fully blooded fancy man.
Fancy man. You're distancing yourself from Russia today.
I know what he's doing.
For obvious reasons. Today they don't want to be a Russian. That's beautiful. Guys, it's good to have you here. It's actually exciting to be doing this with you this morning. You've all been around radio for a very hot minute. You've seen radio. You've helped shape what radio is. And you keep, taking the impact of radio to the next level. And it's only right that we get to have this conversation together. So, good morning.
Good morning.
Charlie, it's good to have you here.
Morning.
And I want to say big shout outs to YFM.
Thank you very much. We take
and Global Media Alliance.
Thank you very much.
For the impact that it's made in the whole media landscape.
Yes.
I think last weekend, our founder, Ambassador Edward Watson, was awarded at the RTP Awards.
Amazing. Well deserved.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for me, it's really good. And radio, as I always say, is a very important platform.
Yeah.
And it's the most accessible media platform that anybody. I think if you have a contact with media, probably radio will be the first. And looking at our numbers, 35 million Ghanaians. We have about 10 million Ghanaians who are not on the internet.
Okay.
But these people are listening to, I probably have an interaction with the media.
Yeah.
And that's where radio comes in.
Yeah. I asked a question. We're going to get into my first radio experience was missed now like 8 years ago, and that was my first time talking on radio. I just put a question out there, your first radio experience. Esken indirectly, informally has told me multiple times about his, radio experiences. But I want to hear you. Do you remember your first
radio? Yes, I do. That was in 2015 when I joined Global Media Alliance, and that was
it can't be.
No. When I interview, right?
No,
like
radio in
like
terms
that.
of your like fond memories you've had with radio.
That was when Vibe FM was on.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's when I got in tune with that, and I think around that time also, Rudy Kwachi, was in there. So kind of like it kind of exposed me to a lot of radio stuff. Yeah, but that was like Vibe FM time.
Okay.
At that time they were at Ring Road They have this
The big
pyramid,
towers?
the pyramid house or something. Yeah. It was really a big deal.
Is that where EL Studio was? The other one.
L was at Asylum Down.
Asylum Down, okay.
Yeah, also Asylum Down. Yeah, but I wasn't far from there, so they just used to move from there to the studio back.
Yeah, but my first radio interview
was 2015.
On Happy FM with DJ Advisor.
Amazing. Oh, Charlie. Yeah, I worked with Advisor at Choice FM back in the day. I was there before he came in. I was like, Advisor. Like, who be this Advisor?
Yeah.
Charlie, I'm glad
Great guy.
great guy, amazing guy. Yes, can Charlie talk to me? First radio experience,
I mean, way back, I tell friends and people who know me, I've loved radio since I was a little boy. Mine dates as far back as class 4 or 5. Around that time when everybody was super crazy about TVs, that was when I think we had switched over to color TVs. Everybody was excited about it. I was really into radio then. I tell people whenever I talk about radio that the radio culture in Kumasi is very big.
Yes.
You have to be there to experience to understand what I'm saying. It was like a way of life for us. People who were on radio were people who led movements in Kumasi.
Charlie, they were gods, so they were gods.
To just paint a picture of how solid radio business was in Kumasi. I mean, it still is.
Yeah.
People who go on radio during the drive time, finish their show, and the market women have lined up with, groceries, people.
Yes.
If by chance somebody who sells, cement hears you talk on radio, and they know where you are, they'll definitely pull up to, come see you. I grew up listening to that.
Charlie.
I grew up listening to Andy Dusty, to Frankie Taylor, to Efira Kwame Jokoto. A couple of them are late now, but listen to Uchunoko on Mercury. I listened to a bunch of these guys, growing up. Radio has been a part of me since childhood. Yeah.
It's funny you mention all these names, right? Do you think radio still has the influence that it's always had?
It still.
I think it's even stronger now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just need a bit of dynamism.
Okay.
So those days we'll just have pure radio show.
Yeah.
The sound will not be put on SoundCloud or it will not be streamed. So now you see a lot more people streaming the content. Like, for instance, this morning we are on radio, but we're also streaming on the internet. So that means those who are not listening probably are watching.
Okay.
Right? And it's still very, very important.
Yeah.
Now that we have artificial intelligence, we can do deep fakes.
Yes.
Do a lot of stuff that you can't really, find credibility to. Radio and, for that matter, legacy media, that's why I put it, would always give you that level of credibility, because the era that we are in now is about making sure that the story that you put out is credible. And
like
people
that.
will come to radio for that.
I like that. So that's what makes our job very important. Like, people come to us for credibility.
Yes.
It's like Brownberry said it.
Yes.
So it's true.
I mean, you're informing a lot of people. I posted a tweet exactly a year ago today about the power radio has.
Yes.
The fact that you're able to speak to millions of people one at a time.
Yes.
Now what happens is that people rely on your communication with them to find information, to find some form of entertainment, regardless the kind of content you do. Radio has a lot of power now, more than it used to, thanks to what my brother mentioned, the power of data.
Yes.
Now internet is making everything super seamless. Back then you'd need to own a radio set or probably be in the car to listen to radio. But now, I mean, who thought we'll ever get to a point where you could be on Twitter X, tweeting and looking up information about Russians in Ghana, and you can be listening to radio
at the same time.
Music DSPs are now even jumping on boards. There are platforms which were ideally made for music that are allowing radio as well. Radio has a wider reach now. It has a solid place in the establishment of certain facts and information. People would rely on you to get it done. I mean, thanks to AI, you can basically find information out there, but there are times you need a voice or an influence to cement what you know. And people believe in the power of our research, and so they rely on what you say about an election that is ongoing because they believe you do research. There's a huge power we've been given again. I think we lost it at some point, but we have it again thanks to the advent of internet and then AI and all the things my brother mentioned. We're able to put it all together and then solidify things. We know an artist is good, but then one would rely on a brand like YFM to know how good they are, what makes them good. So I think there's a lot of power in it still.
You want to say
Pure
something?
influence.
Pure influence. So there was this thing that is that radio killed it. TV killed the radio, and internet killed the TV.
Yeah.
And what I'm gathering from this conversation is that it's like instead of radio dying, radio morphed into so many different things.
It did.
It just morphed into so many different things, and radio became TV because we're on TV right now. Like we
There's
were
some
on the
TV
internet.
morning shows that are streamed from radio.
Yeah.
It's just the power of simulcasting, and I love the fact that Barry brought this up. People do research, and I constantly say that research and information can predict what may happen in the future. But then, due to the dynamics of growth in every sector, a lot of the changes might not be the way people expected.
Yes.
4 years ago, around 2020, five, my God.
2020.
Yes, around when COVID hit, people were saying a lot of things. I mean, there were a lot of researchers. People did deep research into the power radio would have a couple years, ahead or down the line. And then we find out now that as against what people expected. I mean, people were home, there was lockdown. People would not really listen to radio. They'll do more on their phones. It did indeed bring some power to TikTok and the rest. But now, when you go on there, all these brands have, I mean, back then we had a TikTok account, but it wasn't really big until we realized there are numbers there. Okay, so it did not kill it. I think it equipped it into something else. As you mentioned, it morphed into something greater than what it used to be. Now, radio has power, Charlie. I keep emphasizing on that. The power to make, the power to make, the power to establish, and the power to continue. And I think we're going to break it down in the course of this, especially with the field we play in. It's radio day, music, that's our sector.
You know what we should do, right? I mentioned a couple of numbers. Numbers, I said in 2025 alone, I'm going to quote this right, we're on air for 8,760 hours. That's a staggering number. Then out of those hours, 6,838 were purely music. That's impressive. Now let's bring it home. Now out of all that amount of music that was played, right? We bring it to Ghana. 5,128 hours of Ghanaian music in 2025 alone. And that's 14 hours of about Ghana music being played on radio every single time. And I like this because we put that in figures as well. In figures, that's about 273 million. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
What does that even mean?
Okay, I think of course you go. I will speak to the programming side of it because the data guys.
So it's good we are bringing numbers to this because often it's always about, I always say, inshallah and vibes. We dey support you guys. But somebody will appreciate, especially the artists, because this purely from the side of music. So the artists, the producers, the DJs, the managers, even the DSPs, right?
Yes, absolutely.
They would now see that, okay, we can now quantify this. And what it also means is, yes, we've not given them direct money. But if, for instance, the airtime that we have, we decided that we are selling it to ads or brands. This is the kind of money we are going to make. But because of our strategic position in the industry as YFM, you realize that we are for music, and our policy in terms of music policy and even the direction of the station is over 80% of music, and then the rest is talk, and then probably any other thing. And out of that, you can see how the Ghanaian music dominated the share of the airtime. And for us, this is what we've been doing since day one.
Fact.
Right? Most of the established artists that we have now, all of them.
We put them on.
I mean, we are the only station that has our on-air presenters and DJs in musician songs.
Most of them at the point were all doing music.
Exactly. And this act line, DJ Kes
Giovanni.
Right? So we are the only. So we have to let our stakeholders know that these are some of the values that we are giving to our industry, right? And I'm just hoping that these stakeholders will appreciate some of these things.
I mean, like, you see, it's data. When someone goes on a TikTok account and sees 4 million views, and Eskin is on radio, and Eskin plays the same song, and they cannot see that 5 million people were watching or listening at this point in time, they would be tilted towards going to the other side that has data. So the data is key. The data is extremely important. But Eskin, you programs manager YFM, right? I mean, over 14 hours. Do you know what is 14 hours?
That's a lot of hours. That's a lot of hours. And so just to break it down in
Ghanaian music.
Yeah, radio terms for people to understand. I mean, people who are really like radio people. Our focus as a radio station for the past 17 years has been music. Yeah. And I love the fact that people know we play music. But then this we're doing now, the first of its kind, anywhere in Ghana here, let me state that, is to basically break down the music and business impact we have as a radio station. Now, when you look at our role in the scene, you might just overlook the fact that we run a real business and think about the fact that we just entertain people. But even within the realms of entertainment, what we're seeing is that we're investing more than what has to be invested as a brand. Now, when you break down the 14 hours of music we do every day, it's pretty much 75% what is Ghanaian. Okay, the rest, the 25%, is what is from the outside front, the international scene, but definitely still has a bit of what is African in there, what is Ghanaian in there, because a lot of these songs are also collabs between our people and people who are from outside. Now, as a radio station, since our focus is music and entertainment, right from morning, and when I say morning, 12, midnight, 12 all the way till dawn, throughout the day, till midnight, it is music throughout. Now, let me break down our commercial belt for you. Between 6 a.m. and then 10 p.m., we run what we call the commercial belt, where we actually have a bit of talk, but the talk is even about music and entertainment still, because our programming is basically on that. We don't do politics, we do a bit of current affairs when it comes to the entertainment side. All these things are still targeted at promoting music, okay? Now, our music breakdown has a lot of what is Ghanaian, and it includes new people as well. So we have the part to break new artists. We play the hit songs as well. We go beyond that to actually document what we're playing on our socials. And so across our socials, we have over 2 million followers. And this is just basically across the major platforms for Accra alone. Now, what happens is that we go beyond the radio, the 14 hours, and also document these things we do for them. So as we stream right now, we're streaming to a lot of followers on there who might not be listening to radio, and then giving them reach as well. Now, where the business bit comes in is, as a media station, as a media brand, brands will come in, pay, and get a small chunk. And so when you take each hour, we have about 10 minutes we dedicate to brands. And so as a business, we could have decided we're going to take 30 minutes and sell to brands. We'll get them. But because of our focus and our interest in promoting music and entertainment in Ghana, we apportion just 10 minutes out of every hour. So when you take a 3-hour belt for a show like, let's say, Rise and Shine, about 30 minutes is what is commercial. Now, there's also about 10 minutes of that is talk time about entertainment and music, which is basically you speaking about a record label or an artist, or introducing a new artist to the market. The rest is just music. And so when you really look at it, it's music, music, music. But then the question is, if we were to sell that same airtime, the 3 minutes of each song, I mean, 45 seconds of a commercial brings in a lot of money. But then 3 minutes would be more money.
Absolutely.
But then we don't charge for those ones.
We basically go into that.
Yes, we basically invest in the industry through that. And so when you look at YFM through this lens, you see the impact we have as a music business and a key player in our entertainment and music industry in Ghana. And so the focus of this is to let brands know what we invest when it comes to this. To let artists and the music organizations also know what we put in as a music station. When we say we're putting in a lot, when we say we are supporting, we're not just supporting. Now let me take you outside the on-air part as well, because of time. Aside the internet and then the social media reach we give artists, because we post their videos, we play their songs on our content, we also do events. And I can say this for a fact, and I say it boldly, YFM is the only urban music brand or radio brand in Ghana that has, for 17 years, dedicated a platform to promoting artists only, Ghanaian artists only, area code jam. And so after all we play, after each day's 14 hours, we choose 2 times each year to bring together a live audience and also promote Ghanaian artists on stage for them without being paid.
That's crazy.
And it's a free event as well.
The amount of impressions.
And this is across. I mean, when I mentioned the fact that it's a simulcast now, this is reach on radio, is reach on ground through the event, and then through our social media as well. And so our impact as a radio station goes far beyond just playing music. We've made hits, we've broken people into the scene. We've documented history when it comes to music and how things evolved to where we are now. And through this, we educate people as well. So our radio content has people like a call. We currently have like a trend on the drive where we bring music business analysts and legal reps from the music side to educate artists as well. So we really throw in a lot of investment when it comes to the music. We don't just play music. We don't just have influence. We actually invest.
In other terms, we could be millionaires.
If we were to directly,
we could be millionaires.
Yeah. Easily.
But we decided to invest the millions into the Ghanaian music scene. Yes.
Come on.
One more thing. I think we are the only radio station that has a program dedicated for or to alternative music. That's why launch.
Yes.
And we've been doing that for
a very long time.
Listen, Echo, so when you look at the history of YFM, right? When we say music, it is us. It is us because when Amapiano, touched the shores of Ghana, we were the only station that was playing it. I say this for a fact. Our DJs were out there doing it. I mean, we've had the biggest DJs in Ghana when it comes to the music scene. They were pushing it. We created different content on various genres. So we had Franco vibes at some point, which I'm glad to say is back very soon. Yes, Francophone music. We have alternative lounge. There's a whole belt for reggae music, and reggae music. You see, so whatever we do, we still dedicate about 75% to Ghana music. And so when you touch all these genres we play, there's still Ghanaians in there doing music. And so there's reggae, we have reggae belts, we have an old school belt, we have Afropolitan mix, we actually have road lists to push songs. There's even gospel music as well. So we have our Sunday morning, light it up for music. And so we touch a lot when it comes to the music scene. And this focus is to just let people know that there's data to back what we say. We're not just a radio station saying we play music. We invest, and these are and vibes. We invest so much into developing artists. I can boldly. I mean, I can sit here and mention Jackie. I personally interviewed Jackie when she came to Accra from Kumasi. I mean, she was in school back then. We've played a lot of songs. We've played people. Black Sherif, Money. I think we're the only radio station that was playing it when it came out. A lot of these guys, Sarkodie, all of them have given credit to the power YFM has had. Back then, a lot of songs couldn't get on certain radio stations, and these were the big radio stations. So we created that platform.
For instance, met Jackie at Y-Rated Awards that we did
at the beach.
No, the one at Foresight TV.
Yes. We partnered with them. So
that was the first time.
Exactly.
And at that time, she hadn't
fully blown up.
Yes, that's when she dropped. I think oh my God. Caroline was a big fan of that song. I forgot, but she was on the Campus Express, and then Caroline heard her and said, "You know what? We should bring. Listen, our impact cannot be underestimated.
You know what we should do, right? Let's picture for a minute. If imagine if radio stopped promoting Ghanaian music for a minute. Let's just in a world where a station as monumental as YFM decided to stop promoting Ghana music for a minute. What would that scene look like?
I think it will slow the growth. We're supposed to get. I mean, definitely people will still get played. Let me not sit here and act like without radio, music can't go on. I mean, now thanks to, all these digital platforms, people can listen to radio. But how many times would you remind yourself to go play a song you like? How many people are connected to these platforms outside the belt of internet and then social media reach? Radio is powerful. There's traditional radio through the digital platforms, so going far as well. But then when we stop donating our 14 hours each day, they will be played by the growth. That's all I can say. It won't be. The growth won't be fast like it's supposed to be. They will definitely grow. They will still get played, but certain people will not even hear their music no more. Now, when it comes to documenting and also, as I mentioned at the beginning, giving influence to the data we have when it comes to music, nobody will be there to amplify it. So the amplification bit is important. People go online and read what they want to read. But we will do the research and tell you, these are 5 artists you should look out for. Okay? We have the power to recommend and to influence. When that is taken out, the growth is still good there, but the power will not be there like that.
What do you think?
Same. I spoke about influence, and for me, that's what radio now stands for, right? We influence how people listen to music, the kind of music they want to listen to. Because in your normal day, right, you put on your radio set, listen on a Sunday or a Saturday, for instance. Your radio is on, you are washing, you are cooking, you are listening to radio. So it's very, very it's an important platform. And as I've said, there are 10 million Ghanaians who are not on the internet.
Yeah.
And
who
even
caters for them in terms of entertainment.
Exactly. And even those who are on the internet, they still consume radio. So, chunk millions of people would always refer to radio for, okay, what's the new music in town? We do loud and live, right?
Yes.
Every morning.
Yes.
Right. It's someone now would go on the DSP and go and check, okay, what song is this and all those things. And people Shazam.
Let me add this point. So when it comes to putting commercial value on music, radio plays a key role as well. And so you drop a song as an artist, and then your online reach, your data online will tell you the number of streams you're getting, the money you're getting. Brands that are on ground doing activations, brands that want to do events, that want to reach the people, real people, would sometimes count on data we provide. And so if our reach is within, which is something I have to put in, our reach is wide, our target is over like 10 million people, and we're across 3 regions as a triangle. The only radio station that has one system of programming across 3 major regions in the West, over the Ashanti region. Let me add this while I have the opportunity. Number 1 English speaking, number 1 youth radio in Ashanti region. In Takoradi, number one in Accra. We're number 1 youth radio, number 2 English speaking. Now, if somebody who has a brand wants to place value on an artist or see who
what you just said, right? We just rolled over it like it's nothing.
Yeah, but it's big.
It's big.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
The reason being that these other radio stations that are in those same figures as us, they do full radio programming, for lack of a better word. They do sports, they do news, they do politics.
But ours is focused mainly on.
And for us to be messing with these numbers, like number 1, number 2, number 1, number 2, or number 1, number 1.
It tells you the interest people have in music.
That's crazy.
People want to listen. So there's power in there. And so when we touch such a sector, the power we have is unmatched. Now back to what I was saying. If a brand wants to, let's say, do an activation in Kumasi or wants to do a show to get money, they'll obviously rely on who is listening to what.
Yes, of course.
And so when I mentioned that after the play we put, so when we give 14 hours to that, we bring the data to say, okay, these are the songs that are hot in here, the requests that are coming in, these are the top 5 songs. We play some data to the songs beyond what the Apple Music and the rest will do. And these things a lot of the times influence the decision agencies and brands have in getting these artists to do stuff for them. So beyond what your streams will get you, a brand like, let's say, MTN or Telecel will come for you because you are number 1 in the Ashanti region through airplay. And YFM is a music station, and so we do that. So we carry a lot of power when it comes to putting value, commercial value on artists as well as a station.
If you just joined us, good morning, going as you. Today is World Radio Day. 6 minutes into 9 o'clock. I've not done a show and willfully mentioned 9 o'clock. 9, it's 9:05. Welcome to Weekend Rush. I've not done that like forever. Today's World Radio Day, and we're putting focus. We're asking you to pause, reflect on what radio really means, especially what radio like YFM actually means. It's what we're doing as a people. In the studio this morning, I have Eko Kwanzi joining me. Why always Eko? I have Rev Skin in the studio this morning. We're discussing so many things in relation to radio. I know a lot of you listen to radio. A lot of you are tuning. People are tuning to YFM 25/8. People are tuning every. I come and I see a message from somebody at 12 midnight. That person's texting me at 6:09 in the morning. Person's texting, shouting, "Why at this time?" Person's on Eskin's show. I'm like, "Do you sleep?"
I asked somebody the same question yesterday. I think there's a lady called Nanesi.
Yes, does she sleep?
I literally asked Precious yesterday. I was like, "Does Nanesi sleep? What does she do?" So I'm told. I mean, let me put her on the spot since we're talking about radio and influence. She's one of our loyal listeners. This girl will go every length to ensure that YFM is okay.
Yes.
Now she has a shop. Apparently she sews. She makes clothes, and so throughout the day her radio is locked on.
YFM.
Is locked to YFM. And anybody who comes, as soon as you ask a question, Nanesi is there to answer.
Look, I'm sure she'll text me any moment now. And you see, there's something, as we're talking about, I know we're focused so much on the music. Now she's laughing. She's laughing. Just text her, she's laughing.
How does she do it?
There's something major that you notice. You notice that aside as just doing business, playing music, we're a form of therapy to most of these people. It's a form of therapy. Certain people, when they call, this is just a session. It's just a session for them. They're just going through their day and they need somebody to hear them. And through that person, they can be heard by millions of people. So it's like they call Brownberry in the morning, like, we don't even understand what's going on, but we know, at least it keeps them sane for the next couple of days. And I think that's powerful. If we were to also put a price on that, Charlie, we'll be billionaires. I'm not even gonna lie.
He's big on the billionaires, eh?
No, yes.
First was millionaires, now it's billionaires.
And I think he thought through and then realized that there's more money than...
If we add that, I want to be billionaires. You're like, our numbers will look amazing.
But Barry, I think you mentioned something very, very important. Beyond the music, our program is basically balanced to give hope and meaning to a lot of things. And so for a music station, one would expect that we just focus all our content on music. There's content we do for relationships, matchmaking, programs that promote good sexual health and reproductive health. There's one that bring people together. I mean, we're in the month of love. Last year we did Paint and Sip. This year we're joining forces with Silverbird to do the pajamas and glosses tonight. That's why my people are all in pink and red. We've done Father's Day activations to throw light on prostate cancer. Of course, area codes jam, like I mentioned. That's the Red Means Stop campaign, which we partnered with National Youth Authority. And then listen, if you ever feel like YFM is just playing music and it's not doing anything, look at all these things. We're a music station, but we're currently partnered a lot of these diplomatic missions to Ghana, because they see the impact and the influence we have. The Ministry of Youth, Employment and Development, as well as the National Youth Authority, partnered us for the campaign against RED, the abuse of tramadol and opioids. And it was a great experience we did last year. We've also partnered a lot of the campus bodies, Mensa Saba. We've partnered Watches Summit. We partnered Visa. Ifamol is also part of our partners.
The Mensa Saba, that's where I met Selector.
Selector right here. So Selector DJ, Selector Danny. We've partnered ANC more. Like, listen, our influence is so huge. I always feel proud for being a part of this family.
The thing is, you think your influence is huge. Until you realize one day that it's not huge. It's magnanimous. It's humongous. It's bigger. Like I tell people that you'll never get to know how big you are as a network. Some of us will feel it 10 years from now. Some of us will feel it 20 years from now. Somebody will come and tell you a story and realize that, oh damn, I thought we were big back then. We were this big. We were much bigger. So, somebody just sent me a message. YFM is more than a school for us. It means we're schooling people every now and then.
You remember, I think, when you joined the station, I was also in there fresh. I had been around for about 2 years, Campus Express. It's a school because it grows you, it grooms you into what you have to be. I was telling Danny last time, I joined as a member of the Campus Express. I became an assistant producer to Stanley Atopa.
Oh, yeah, Stanley.
And then bit by bit, I became a presenter. Moved from shows to shows. Now I'm programs manager. You can't tell me this is not a school.
It's a school.
It's a school that is growing people. Joy, when I joined, was a sales admin, right? Admin. And then at some point she went to ETV. She started doing presenting. She started doing voiceover and giving us food. She was in charge of food, self-employed for food. She grew into a sales person. Now she's on radio.
She has a show.
Yes, she has her own show. Joy is an impeccable presenter. Danny is here. Danny is like the baby last of the station right now. By the way, Danny is the host of the DJ for Rise and Shine. Bramberry almost slapped me there. A lot of the guys, he's a music host.
I go on mic.
Like you go on mic and say, okay, do the thing, make our work out. But it's a platform that has really grown. Hey, listen, when you really sit and count the number of people I've been through here, Jay Foley, Jeremy, guys help me, Miss Na, Killer Fingers, Giovanni, Joel Orleans, DJ Mike Smith, DJ Millsy, Kojo Manuel, Vision DJ, DJ Nice, listen, I think I can boldly say that, yes, DJ Slim, I can NY DJ, Champagne, DJ Champagne, DJ Snoop, Black Boy. I can tell you for a fact, right? The entertainment scene, the urban entertainment scene is and has always been YFM. Caroline, it's never going to change. Listen, you might not see them here, but we're everywhere. When you look critically, when you look around now,
Yeah.
Like 3 Music, all these brands, I don't mind mentioning them. All these brands have YFM.
Yeah.
We have groomed the people for all these brands, and we're the urban masters. Nobody can take that from us.
Charlie.
It's evident.
You know, we're going to talk about the future pretty soon. There's so many things happening. There's a lot of people who have become naysayers, people who have doubts, because, you know, they're like, Charlie, there's new things now. There's streaming, there's this, there's TikTok, there's podcasts, there's, you know, the new rock stars. We're going to talk about the future. Just to remind you real quick, I have a programs manager, acts as a general manager as well for, he handles YFM. Rev Eskin is in the studio this morning. I have Epo Kwanzi in the studio this morning. We're discussing Radio Day today because it's a very special day. And we actually ultimately have to also talk about AI, because AI is like the latest thing on the block doing magic. So, I mean, if you just join the experience, Charlie, there's digital radio. We've mastered the art of this. A lot of people have said so many things. So let's talk a bit about how the future is looking.
Of course,
technology is speeding.
Big. Yes, and AI. Very soon, I won't even be surprised that we would have a full AI show on radio.
Okay.
Where the algorithms and everything will be set, and people would actually interact with their computer, on radio.
Nice.
And for me, what radio has to do to still be relevant in that time when it comes is how we can change or diversify our programming.
Okay.
For instance, so if the data is telling you that these are the kind of music that people are listening to as a radio station, obviously it has to inform how you play certain kind of music on air. That's number one. Number two, what it will also show us is there will be that, so people will still come back to radio because of that emotion and human interaction that probably the algorithms will not, or the AI will not give you.
Yes.
Right. So it will still be there.
Yeah.
All we just have to do is leverage on all the properties. You mentioned podcasts.
Yes.
Now, if you are doing Rise and Shine, you should have in mind that you are doing it also for podcasting.
Okay.
So then after you cut the sound, everything, you put it on a platform. Like the way BBC does with their BBC sounds, right? Most of the content there are radio show content that they've cut and then put there in a form of like a podcast. You mentioned streaming.
Yes.
We are streaming the show here.
Yes. So we're there.
We are there.
Yeah.
What other thing? Real-time effects.
Yes.
As we are streaming, people are commenting like Nanesi, who, you know.
There's a quote here, Urban Masters, Rev Eskin 2026.
Problem.
So these are some of the things. Radio just needs to diversify in making sure it's leveraged on all these platforms.
That's about it pretty much.
I think beyond the radio, the programming bit, which is something I'm very excited about. I mean, the future is great. The kind of content we're able to get. I mean, I was in South Africa about 5 years ago, and you know, their radio is reality, right? You're listening to radio, and then you know what is happening in traffic. You know what is happening in the hospitals. You know which diseases the doctors are treating. Pretty much just translating everything real life into radio. For the programming bit, I feel, I mean, for YFM, I'll speak for YFM in particular, the future looks like heaven for us, because whatever we're doing now, we're going to basically double up the steps. We'll be able to give more power to the artists, more power to the creatives, create a platform where everybody can shine. Imagine getting to a point where people who paint, where can also have, you know, an impact of what radio can do for them, where you just basically listen and then everything that is being done is being described. These things cannot happen. But in terms of broadcasting, I mean, I think radio, the future of radio is going to move swiftly beyond stationary configuration satellites and all that. So the frequency modulation might definitely change. I believe it will move into the 5G, you know, terrestrial yes, exactly. So it will get to a point where it's going to be device direct. You wouldn't really need antennas and stuff to, you know, to get into it. So a lot of them is also going to be mainly software developed, you know, development based. And so in the past we had the YFM app We moved back onto the website, but then things like this are now becoming a thing. And so in the near future, you might not really even need internet, because some of the apps are able to do it. You wouldn't need internet to listen to radio, you know. So that's where I think the future is getting more into. I recently started reading about the 5G and then the new modulations for radio. And so what I'm seeing is looking good. In the near future, radio will be closer to people. Imagine wearing your Meta glasses or wearing your AirPods, and you don't even need a radio set to listen to the radio. People are constantly developing things to make radio seamless and much more easy to access. And so it's exciting. I'm very proud to be in this field. All I can say is the world is growing so fast. People in radio, and it's just a word I'd give my fellow radio people while I'm on here. We've gone beyond just being radio people. We're growing. Now the taste of the consumers are growing. People who listen to a rap show would want you to talk about the discovery of cancer, treatments. They would want you to, and so we constantly have ourselves to push. We need to learn and unlearn certain things, develop ourselves. Don't just say because you're a DJ, and I'm saying this into the camera, don't say because you're a DJ, yours is to just stick to music. Even with sticking to the music, you should be able to understand the future of music and where music is going. You should be able to inform, empower your listeners through information. The vagueness will at some point fade out. That you just coming in to talk about what is trending, informing them. They already know. Honestly, before you get on radio to speak about what is happening at Tema, somebody has posted on TikTok or sent a streak to somebody already.
A lot of people
so we're getting to points where people would want to know beyond what you are telling me or what I already know. What is there that I don't know?
Exactly.
And so it's an urge, a plea to my fellow radio people. Let's grow ourselves. Let's learn. Pick something else and learn. Charlie, if you have to go back to school and do a short course on economics just so you can understand how gold business and the rest work, do it, because people listening to you will now no longer just listen to music you play. They would want to understand how that music was produced. You know, what kind of instruments went down, because people want to learn things every day.
Amazing.
And if you don't do it, AI will do it. AI will not take your job. It will just make you look some way. So let's look sharp. Let's develop ourselves. Use AI as well. Don't feel shy when you're using ChatGPT and the rest. It's here to equip you. Just put in the right commands and it will help you.
Love that, Charlie. Thank you so much for coming through. I got Kwanzi, any final words?
Radio is big.
Radio is big.
Radio
Right?
is
Radio is
influence.
big. Radio is
And
big.
we are there for the creatives.
I love that. I love the sound of that.
Radio gets results.
It does, always. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a vibe. Today's World Radio Day. I don't even know what the name of this show is. Today's been What the Friday.
Yeah, What the Friday, basically.
Today's been What the Friday. So yeah. Today is Brahima Friday. It's a rise and shine term. Brahima Fridays, guys. That's our time. We're back here on Monday. I'm done. I am done. Say yeah.
You want to take some 5 minutes?
I'm done.
Let's say hello to our radio people. I mean, let's mention radio people. Barry, you've had a very beautiful. By the way, let me say this on record.
Yeah.
When I was in uni, at Pent, I used to listen to. So I'd listen to Barry in the evening. And then during the day, I've been around Saturday afternoon. I'll listen to Joel Olin. So these guys were my guys. I remember the first time I saw Brownberry at the Silverbird Cinema Series. I literally walked to him to say, "Is it you?" It's like, "Yeah, who do you know?" I'm like, "Barry?" It's like, "Yeah, what are you doing here?" It's like, "Oh, I'm with you guys now." Shouts going out to you. Shouts going out to all the radio people I grew up listening to. Andy Dusty, Joel, Miss Na, Frankie Taylor, Efira Kwame Jokoto, my uncle, Dr. Who. I took a lot of inspiration from this man. All the people who have impacted my radio journey, all the people who have been at YFM, showed us the way, one way or the other. I love you guys so much. So all my radio colleagues on the other platforms as well, JKD, Cookie T, Giovanni, all the guys, man. Charlie's Radio Day, Caroline Sampson, we love all you guys, man.
Crazy.
Everybody.
The list long.
DJ Ganj.
There's a couple of
our
people.
senior citizen.
There's a couple of people, there's Bush K.
Yes, Bush K.
The Wild Kid, who would get on radio and make radio look so beautiful. Big ups going out to Eddie Blay, Blase Lieutenant, every single time on radio. It's an experience.
George Brown
used to have a very special show called The Essentials. They would travel. So George Brown would travel when he comes back to Ghana. Back then he used to come to Choice because Killer was around. He'd come and play songs. Because back then the radio DJ, you needed to have physical copies, CDs. You need to have CD or vinyl. And you need to have these things. If you don't have it, you can't play the jam.
I saw Billy Ocean one time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Two people following him carrying bags. And I was in there.
So how you become a presenter or a DJ is you have to be somebody. You have to carry somebody's crates. You have to carry somebody's CD bag. You for carrying for a very. Advisor is to come those days some bags. You for carry for a very long time. So your name will be Brownberry Boy. Brownberry Boy. So you carry the CD case. Charlie, big ups going out to all the names. There's so many names, man. Like Black Boy, amazing presenter. Shout outs going out to,
PY Aduboating, everybody.
PY, shout outs going out to Michael Quason. Shout outs going out to Rudy Kwachi. Rudy, I remember
Trigmatic, all of them.
Yeah, Trig. I remember Rudy years ago when I was in high school.
Yeah.
So I remember Rudy was like, you come, we'll work together. That's one of my radio godfathers, And they had one of the best morning shows ever on Atlantis Radio at a point in time, the AMD, Atlantis Morning Drive. Imagine Eddie Blay, Rudy, and Jackie Anchor on radio at the same time. What a squad it was. They came and teased us, was so good, and the show was off. Everybody missed it. And we never had anything like that ever again. Kwame Fache used to get on the drive, and it was madness. Charlie Knuckles was heavy fire. Big ups going out to YFM. Of all the stations that I've tried to do urban radio, YFM has been able to hold us the longest.
Urban Masters
2026. We own them. Like these people, we've done the most to be able to keep the business alive, to keep the radio alive, to keep the artists alive, to keep the music pumping at every point in time. It's not easy because you see the back end is always very difficult. The back end is always difficult.
I have an audio, right?
Yeah.
It's actually a video. I don't know. I told you I've kept this video for a long time. I never really saw myself playing it at any point. But so you see, we do a lot of outreach when it comes to our partnerships and then radio and the stuff we do. And so there was one time we're at an event, a very private event at one of the embassies, and we came across one of the guys at the place, and this guy was basically a huge fan of YFM, and so he was basically speaking about how he used to listen to radio. And this guy is a diplomat, right?
Yeah.
And you meet people you never expect to say the kind of things they say. This guy basically knew every sick tune, everyone's sick tune.
Yeah.
We went to Honorable Osman Ayaga's office, and he was telling us about the signing words, our presenters use. Listen, YFM has been a part of every Ghanaian for the past 17 years. You cannot tell me, you don't know something about. You go know. You definitely will have to know.
Charlie, it's beautiful. I'm so grateful that some of us have the chance to do this with radio, and this is to the past couple of years. This is to the next set of years coming up. A big ups going on to you guys. You do an amazing, fantastic job. I say this word because you see the back end of every machinery to move is extremely difficult. The front end, the interface is nice. It looks cool. YFM. But do you know what it takes? A perfect opportunity for me to say big ups to our technicians. Charlie, these people sleep here every day to make sure this radio is running. Shout outs going out to Chris. Shout outs going out to DJ Rain. Shout outs going out to Iman. Charlie, these people do an amazing job. And shout outs going out to our folks at the site because we have to transmit from a point. Charlie, people have lived.
Our guys at Ahirase, shouts going out to the Ahirase homeboys.
Squad, Charlie, full squad. Yo, and this is not just happening across, it's happening in 3 different locations in relation to YFM alone. So big ups going out to you guys. We come on radio and sound nice. But Charlie, what happens at the back end is not a joke. Charlie, if they leave us, we'll talk for hours. So we have to pause here. Big ups going out to all of you. Today's World Radio Day. I wish you the best of the day. Continue to put radio number 1. Radio is already number 1, but continue to put radio number 1. And if radio has done anything good for you, I task you today to text into all the shows on YFM and tell them what YFM has done for you. Just do it. They will read it. All right. We're officially out. Holla at your boy. Shah's gonna select. Danny won't talk something very important. This is on his heart.
Right, man.
Let's talk. Brahma Fridays.
Today is Brahma Friday, and then a shout out to Mercedes and man like Gaddafi.
Mercedes has to pay. Mercedes has to pay us money. Guys, we're officially out. Holla at your boy. It's been a vibe.
100,000 You know where we come from, Mr. Gutters, and we
Take my
never
mind
go
back to
back.
hanging with the bosses. I had to take a loss, but know the win is sure gon' cost me. I had to take a pause to let some high income jobs in. I'm on the 4 horsemen. I never feel the trust, man, cause they will do you wrong. Hey, it's like short, but make my money long. Finna be the heir to some estate like Mrs. Terry Corn. Stash a couple M's away, right before my honey bond. Like me somewhere, you ain't a man until your daddy. So why they cry when I'm tripping? Fly with the fishes, swimming with the birds, never needed a pot to piss in. So make sure you check the name twice, right before you ship it. They probably gon' give Jeffrey 25 for 2 switches.
Yeah, I got this money on my mind. You know where we come from, Mr. Gutters, and we never go back. 100,000 on the run. You know where we came from, Mr. Gutters, and we'll never go back. Yeah, I got this money on my mind. You know where we come from, Mr. Gutters, and we never go back. 100,000 on the run. You know where we come from, Mr. Gutters, and we never go back.
Waiting up, it goes slow. Trying to make some more dough for my spirit go. We was really living fast. Cause you only live once, so can I count on your blows? If I did it wrong, I'm like going
No masterpiece. 10 bad till they after me. YFM. Wind up your body and spin it. YFM.